What is up, and welcome to a new video which will be basically part 2 of our 1 series build here at 961 Motorsports. And we have made some progress since the end of the last video, so I'll give you a bit of a walk around now as to what has happened. As far as I'm sure, in the end of the last episode we had the engine mounts and gearbox mounts done, so we do have an engine in the car and we have it now fully rolling and everything. I think that's where we finished off the last night. But since then, the engine bay is looking a bit more busy. As you can see, we have our fuel lines done. Take no notice of these fittings. We have new fittings coming tomorrow. We have our water lines done, and we have all of our fittings for the oil coolers and stuff on. But there is a company that I want to thank for coming on board for this season, and that is HPS Silicone. Well, it's HPS Performance. They do silicone hoses, aluminium bins, V-bands, and they do fuel and oil lines as well. So massive thank you to those guys for coming on board. They're based here in California, and I was able to go pick up the stuff and get back here and start plumbing, which is very, very handy. So massive thank you to them. As you can see, there is the logo of the HPS on both of the Dash 16 on the water inlet and outlet. But yeah, other than that, I think, were you here when I ended the last video? No?
Me?
Yeah. Was he here when I ended the last video? No? Okay, so we now have a team of 3. We're waiting on one more person who's the main team member. She won't be here till tomorrow. But Lloyd rocked on Saturday?
Yeah,
Saturday. So today is Tuesday and he's very tired already because he has spent a lot of his time here putting the ECU master products in the car and the wiring loom that he made at home, and kind of guessed all the lengths. And I must say, the thing is absolutely the bee's knees if you ask me. So in here you can see that we have all of the ECU and the PMU mounted up here. We have our USB to CAN, and then we have all the wires on the inside ran back to the rear PMU, the cutout switch, and then we have the power steering pumps wired also. The radium is also fully wired up as well. And as well as that, the engine loom is all in and basically done. Also, the only bit of wiring left to do is the headlights and taillights, but I just need to go to scrapyard to get the plugs for the headlights and taillights because I forgot to bring them. Back of the car is now fairly complete. We got the radiator bolted in, we have the water pump screwed to the radiator, and we have all the water lines done. As you can see, we're just waiting on a couple of ORB to AN fittings for the fuel filter for the top of the tank, and then that'll be all done as well. But again, all this is done. Catch can, just waiting on hose as well for that, and I'll be getting all that tomorrow, and then that'll be the water system complete, fuel system complete. The oil cooler lines won't take very long. We have all the fittings and hose for that. The catch cans, we're just waiting on 2 fittings for that as well. So we are making good progress. It's hard to show this progress because we've just been flat out doing all the little bits. We also got a dash for the car, which will be a 2F Performance S15 dash, which is made out of fiberglass. So last year's car had a BMW E92 dash in the car, and I just wanted to have my own kind of flair on the inside, and this, I reached out to 2F Performance because I've seen that they make the fiberglass dash basically, and they were like, yeah, we can send you one, and they were happy to see it in the car. So we have done a bit of trimming already. We are going to cut the bottom piece off completely just for the kind of cleaner look, because we have a keypad mount by the shifter and we don't need it on the dash basically. So we're in the middle of getting all that cut up, and then we'll get that in the car, get the mounts made, and then we'll show you that from the inside, and looks pretty cool to be fair. Fits in fairly nice to be honest. So other than that, we got a prop shaft. So yeah, another thank you is to Driveshaft Pro. They have helped us out massively with getting us 2 of these aluminium prop shafts. So massive thank you to Driveshaft Pro for sorting us out with that. We have one in the car already just to make sure that was all working. That's all done. The drive shaft loop is done. It's a lot more of a completed car, but it just still looks the same basically. So hopefully by tomorrow night we'll have a lot done. We're still waiting on the exhaust manifold, which is a bit of a pain in the ass to be honest, because we can't get the exhaust done and we can't get the intercooler pipes done, and we're actually also waiting on the intercooler as well from FMIC. It's been stuck in customs and I'm not too sure when it's going to get here, so hopefully we don't have to go for an alternative route for Long Beach. That'll just be not ideal. But yeah, we've Everything else kind of buttoned up. We're just waiting on those 2 bits and then we can really finish all the fab work. Sam got the engine, got the block back from the machine shop, so I'll take you in there now and show you what he's up to. He has the crank laid in and he has all the ACL bearings in there, and he is now just putting in the pistons, so we'll go over there and see how he's getting on. Tell us what you're doing.
So pretty much we're assembling the motor right now.
Well, that's pretty obvious, but like, explain some of the parts, the crank, tell them that we're using ACL race bearings because they are
best bearing
you can get.
The clearance is amazing, and then we are using everything from 5150 piston, rods, and ACL bearing, of course. That's what they use for world record. And this is the S34 Jackson, and will be running.
Yeah, he just has the crank in, bearings on the crank in obviously, and he's in the middle of just putting in the pistons and conrods, so he has all the ring gaps and all that kind of done now. And then hopefully once he gets the block together, we'll use the head on tonight.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, so he'll have the head on tonight. You heard that as well, so he's no other choice now. Yeah, it's good to see progress. Hopefully he gets that all buttoned up.
What's today?
Today's Tuesday, Sam.
Oh, today's Tuesday.
Yeah, you told me last Thursday to be done.
And hey, was it my fault?
I don't care whose fault it was.
Okay.
He has some progress made in the block, which is great. So yeah, massive thank you again to ACL Race Bearings for supporting our program as always. Also, engines would not be reliable without this company. So 5150 have a good deal with ACL bearings where they get their own custom bearings essentially for most of their engines, and they wouldn't use anything else either. So very happy to have them on board, support the program and making this possible, just ensuring that one word that we need, which is reliability. So that is kind of a quick update as to where we're at now. We're going to jump back in the car, get some little bit more done tonight. We're probably going to have an early night tonight because last 2 nights have been like 2 a.m. So we're going to try to get an early night tonight. Fingers crossed that stuff shows up tomorrow and we can get some of the fab work done. And if Sam has the engine done by after lunch tomorrow, we can then swap out the dummy motor for the real one, get the ACT clutch on the engine, get our clearances done for the release bearing, and then the engine and gearbox can go in, the intake manifold can go on, fuel lines. Basically the full cold side of the engine will be complete tomorrow if we do get the block. So that's it for now, I guess. We're going to get back to work and yeah, we will hopefully have progress tomorrow.
Hey Jack, we would just rather if you didn't do that, please.
We're in Home Depot. I'm trying to figure out what our pit storage is going to look like for the season. I really wanted to blow the budget and buy a load of Milwaukee stuff, but team manager and crew chief said no. So they're probably right. So we're going to go with this Husky stuff. It seems fairly good quality. We're not going to have too much in here, so we're going to get this big box here for all of our voice fab and field spares, and then obviously there's going to be another big box down here. It's going to be like spare essentially. Then there's a 2-drawer thing up here for like nuts and bolts and all that kind of stuff, and then there's a big one here for all of our HPS fittings and all that kind of stuff. We'll probably be able to put some silicones and stuff in down here as well, and that'll be kind of like the spares package of the car done. We also have a lot of ECU Master products for spares, so they'll have to all try to fit in here as well. But we're only going to get this much for now, and then once we get through Long Beach, we'll probably have to make a bit of a plan as to what we need to get like before we fly home to make sure that we do have enough for the rest of the season. But this is a good starting point and try to figure out that like this is kind of all we might need. But yeah, we'll get this sorted. We're going to try to get 1 or 2 more boxes just to have storage that we can put it into a box and then lay it into the car. At least we won't be taking up too much space in the trailer then. But other than that, not too bad. This stuff seems like it's good enough quality for what I need. So be grand. Once we get everything labelled, I'll be able to find all the stuff and we'll be okay. Hopefully the stuff can stay in the fucking box, and that'll be ideal. We're in Badlands Barbecue here in California, man. It's a barbecue place, obviously. I was getting a half rack of ribs. Corey got a salad that will feed all of us who want it. And we're waiting on burgers and chips. Burgers and fries, man. So we're Gonna give you an old food review on this place now, but the rack of ribs look like a savage job. So, burgers game, look unreal. So we'll let you know how we get on. We'll give you a bit of a review there in a minute. So, the ribs are class, innit? The barbecue sauce, there's habanero barbecue and sweet barbecue, and to be honest, if they mix both of them, I reckon they'd be fucking away. But, not bad. Car is now back from stickers. We just have the engine off the engine stand. Give you a quick walk around as to what's going on. The engine right now is basically ready to go in the car. As you can see, there's no oil cap. There's also no rock cover gasket. Cable throttle body, that's going to be one thing that was going to be different from the car from last year because we were running e-throttle, and personally just hate e-throttle. I think it should not be in a drift car because it's just terrible. Many people probably disagree, saying that it's your tuner, it's your this, it's your that. I've had multiple tuners try doing e-throttle for me and all of them are shite. So it should be in the bin, cable throttle, better job. Other than that, if we come around here, you will see from the front of the engine, we have intake manifold is done, our vacuum engineering, fuel rail is done, all the fittings and everything is blocked off, ready to go. We have deleted the water pump fins inside here, so this is just going to be running stationary. We've left it like this because if we can't get the alternator belt to run perfectly in line with just the front pulley and the alternator, we'll probably put this back on and try to put the tensioner racket back on, and at least that way it'll have a bit of tension. Also, we have this metal piece here with a fitting welded on that goes onto the water pump here. So this one here is welded on for a feed for our water pipe that will go to here, and then that will return over the manifold to the back of the head back here on this like water gallery piece here. Oil drain is also done, returning to the front of the sump. We did think last year that the front sump was doing some of the work for the actual oil pressure of the engine, but it turns out it's just the rear sump, and the front sump just returns from here to the rear. So just to kind of stop any sort of scavenging of air, we're going to try return the turbo oil to here, and then that way hopefully this pump will also have oil all the time to get the oil to the rear pan. Other than that, we have our Pulsar 7170 on here, and a nice touch that we done last night over here is we painted the cover black, and then we foiled the PSR logo, and we got some red nail polish and we put it on the turbo. So yeah, as you can see, we didn't have much to be at last night other than trying to make the engine look pretty. We also have our 50mm wastegates from Pulsar as well. Other than that, the engine is fully sealed from the bottom side. We're just waiting on those gaskets so we can finish it. Saturday night now, we don't have as much done as I was hoping to as of right now. We do have the intercooler brackets made and ready to be mounted, so they're just painted now and ready to go on. We are now we just put on our flywheel at the back of the engine. I think we just realised that we don't have a spigot bearing, so hopefully Sam has a spigot bearing upstairs, who knows. So yeah, we also have our brand new ACT triple play clutch. This is the clutch that was in the car last year, and we had absolutely zero issues for the full season, so hopefully we're going for the exact same kind of reliability this year. So we're going to get this mounted onto the flywheel, and then we have a tilt and release bearing. Need to do all our distances and maybe make a spacer in the bell housing, get our clearances right, and then we can put the bell housing on, and then we can put our Samsonus transmission on the engine also, and then it can go in the car, clip on the wiring, put on all the lines that we've made, then mount the intercooler, mount the oil cooler, plumb the oil cooler, plumb the intercooler, plumb the wastegates, fill it with oil, and start the fucking thing. I'm starting to get a bit frustrated with the whole progress now, to be honest. Just stuff has been going wrong, and it's pissing me off because we've been here for 2 weeks. The engine wasn't meant to be built for 2 weeks, and it's not been built, and we're still waiting on gaskets, which is a bit annoying. But it is what it is, so hopefully once this goes in, the gaskets will come tonight or in the morning, but either way, I will have the car on the dyno tomorrow night. No other questions asked. So yeah, very happy with how everything looks. Live has been flat out since we got back working on the inside of the car. We got the battery mounted. Kevin Wells also wants a battery cover on our dry cell battery, so yeah, we'll just try and make a cover for that now also. Lloyd is doing all of the fire suppression kill switch stuff, the nitrous kill switch. You might be able to get from my tone that I'm a little bit pissed off right now, but we have to do an update for you and you're seeing the real side of the stress that goes on behind the scenes. And yeah, hopefully in the next hour or hour and a half we'll have the engine, gearbox, drive shaft pro, prop shaft in the car and everything connected up just to start the actual work that needs to be done tonight. It's going to be a long night. I don't really feel like sleeping until this is running, so we're going to try work for as long as we can and try to get as much done as possible. So yeah, we'll try to keep you up to date during the night and see how it goes, but if it goes anything like today has gone for the last hour, it's going to go absolutely terrible. We just laid the engine that we run into the car for the first time, and it's a bit of a milestone, I suppose. Pull the jack out?
Yeah.
Jack squared. Yeah, doc.
Yeah, doc. See, you obey.
Speaking of before.
Ready for a bit of gas work?
Not bad.
Huh?
For a bit of gas work? It's been a long time since I did something like this.
So as you can see, the engine is in the car. Gearbox mounted on, engine mount bolts are done. And like I was saying a while ago, basically all the plumbing to the engine is done, except for the wastegate lines and the oil cooler lines and the intercooler pipes and the exhaust. But we did have one quite good bit of guesswork at one point during the week. We actually made this without having the engine and stuff, because we were like, if we can tack it into place, bring it to the wrap shop to see what it looks like, and if it works we can get it welded. So this is after saving definitely an hour and a half for tonight, because it's fully welded. Like, the welding takes a long time, but this also fits in there absolutely spot on. So it's just a matter of bolt this in now and make the exhaust from down here back further, basically. But other than that, we have a full box of HPS goodies over there along with our V-bands to make all this very easy. And to be honest, now that we're this far, we can start putting on the wiring, and if we can get all the wiring on, get on back on all the fuel lines, get the water lines ran up and cables out where it need to be, and I'll probably start doing the wastegate lines, we'll be a lot of the way there by midnight, I'd say. Not far after midnight, is it?
It's only 10:30.
Yeah, so we probably have another 2.5, 3 hours. There'll be a fair shot of work done, I would imagine. So that's enough of that. Let's get back to it. Right, so it is Sunday morning, and behind me well, it's not actually Sunday morning, it's Sunday lunchtime now, and behind me there's a very complete looking engine bay, almost. We have our cold air done. This is out of the way in front of one of the grills, so that is going to keep our fresh air coming into the engine as cool as possible, which is ideal. We also have one of these fans, a spal brushless thing, to go onto the intercooler as well, and then we have this, I think it's a Darrell or a Doyle oil cooler with a shroud and a fan as well. Everything on the cooling side of the car should be fairly A1, to be honest. Down here we have this intercooler pipe is done and basically ready to be welded. We are kind of struggling at the moment with the welder because our welder is from Harbour Freight, like the rest of our tools, and it's not great. I don't really think it's us, because Dara actually did use it to weld all of the water line fittings onto the engine and the oil pan for the drains and everything, and that all worked fine, but for some reason it just won't work now. So he's welding stainless now, so hopefully it's after like figuring itself out again a bit. We're going to try weld a bit of waste we have, because we were hoping to get someone to come here, but it's Easter Sunday and nobody wants to come on their holidays basically, so they're celebrating eggs, as Sam said. He doesn't understand. But anyway, we have the other intercooler done, other intercooler pipe done as well. Intercooler is mounted over here. All the wastegate lines are done. Quite proud of this now, to be honest, because the black lines from HPS and all the fittings are really, really nice. So out of the ECU master boot solenoid down into the wastegate here, and then this wastegate is acting as a T-piece and going into the bottom wastegate below here. So that's done. The fuel regulator from Radium has now got the vacuum line on as well, and we also have a line made for our pulsar blow-off valve, which will be going onto the pipe down here. Engine gearbox prop is done. The box for the power steering pumps is done. Power steering lines are laid in. They're not finished yet. We're missing one fitting for that. So yeah, obviously it's very hard to try guess everything when you're trying to make lists, but it is what it is. Other than that, don't really know. Like, Lloyd has all the wiring finished, and yeah, like, we need to just get the rock cover seal on. We need to put in the coil packs. Then that's the top of the engine done. Injectors are in. We need to put our our nitrous jet into the intercooler pipe. That won't be done until we're welding the pipes, obviously. We just have the nitrous lines left to do, and I think, nitrous lines and oil cooler lines, and that's the plumbing of the car complete. So to be honest, there's probably like another hour, 2 hours of plumbing, and by the time I've that done, Dara will have the exhaust brackets done and welded. They're actually already done. You need to weld them. You need to bring the welder from there to here. The screamer pipes will be done now also. So yeah, to be honest, other than that, we're making good progress. We did think we would get it done a bit faster, but with how short the nose of the 1 Series, we ran into a lot of issues last night with this, trying to get the pipes to run like in the way they need to, basically, because if you look between here and here, there's not a whole pile of room. Obviously we could have got intercooler core and made custom in tanks and everything, but then that's a lot of expense that we don't really have the budget for, essentially, because you need to plan for a crash, like always, basically. So this is only a temporary intercooler. That's not the one we're going using. Our FMIC ones are still stuck in customs, so hopefully they're here before next Friday for competition. We can tune the car on this, and we can probably do media day on this as well if we make it. But the reason why we use this intercooler is because it's a direct replacement for the FMIC, same dimensions basically. So other than that, the only new thing in the shed at the moment is Connor. Connor's after making it here from his stint in Georgia with Jerry Yang. So he's just been looking around, having a look at the car, seeing what he thinks, and he's quite impressed, which is great. So we're we might grab a word with him, see how we got on at Jerry Yang's, and obviously when we get to Long Beach, we'll get to show you his car properly. But while he's here, he can talk a bit of waffle. But yeah, that's kind of the only update I have as to right now. Hopefully, time's it now. It is now 2:30 in the day. I would say ideally, or realistically, we would have the car and the dyno running by 9 or 10 tonight, and then hopefully we can fucking try to get everything done fast then, because there's lots of bolting on and like final assembly that needs to be done as well, which we can't do until the car is complete, unfortunately. So getting it running is now the priority, so we'll see how it goes after that. Connor, tell us about your stint in America so far.
It's been good. I've been testing the car. Got the juries last week and seen the car for the first time, and then done 2 days testing, and yeah, so far very, very impressed. Jury builds a great race car. I was nervous on the plane because I was like, this year needs to work, and obviously it's early days, but yeah, when I got there straight away, I kind of knew the work ethic, what they have, and the detail of work is insanely good. So really impressed with the team, and the vibe was also really good with the team as well, which plays a huge part. And yeah, 2 days of testing, no problems, made some changes. I would say Jury's work on how he builds the chassis and setup wise is very, very similar to Jack's, which is quite nice. Even with the car on the scales, I think it's probably very, very close to my car at Europe. So yeah, really good feeling. Car looks cool as well, which I'm happy about. Latude done a great job with the design. I think every year I think this one is my favorite one. I'm not sure, but we'll see what you guys think about it when I release it during the week at Long Beach. But yeah, said I'd stop by, see how you're getting on. You're stressed out. I was in the same position close last year, so I feel your pain a little bit. And but you know how to work on cars more than I do, so I'm sure it's easier for you. And you got the boys with you. And yeah, I was in this exact shed this time last year trying to get done for media day as well. So, but cool, good job. You guys have done unreal work. I think if everything comes together, you'll have a good machine, and quite nice to have your own car to drive the shit out of it and do what you can do, I guess.
Looking forward to seeing Connor's car myself in Long Beach. I've seen pictures of it. Looks very, very cool. And yeah, it's going to be interesting first round, and we're both excited and can't wait to just get on track and start pushing as hard as possible, basically. So we better get back to work, and yeah, we've a long day ahead of us again, I guess. So we were just discussing, we're kind of there or thereabouts with trying to put fluid in the car, and like getting to like bleeding brakes, handbrake, clutch, diff oil, gear oil, engine oil, fuel. So that is probably going to be one of the next missions. We just need to go through the list. So I'm going to go through it on my list. Have you got more on your list now? On my list we have passenger seat, the harnesses, make a rear window because one thing got broke. We need to wire the headlights and taillights. We can't do that because we don't have the plugs. I actually need to go to LA later on to meet that guy for that stuff. Need to fit the body kit fully. Need to do nitrous lines from the bottle to the solenoid. The blow off line for the nitrous. Indicator pipes are done, just need to be welded. Done the power steering pumps, we have that more or less done. We just need to change one fitting on the lines, and then that's that finished. It's fine, copper washers too. EGT sensors are done, exhaust is done, and then alignment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 jobs left on my list. What's on your list?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
So hopefully they cross over. But yeah, as far as I'm sure, all the plumbing is now done. The engine is now fully sealed except for the rock cover gasket. That should be done in the next 10 or 15 minutes hopefully. Once the rock cover seal goes on, it's just a matter of putting engine oil into it and gear oil, and we can start it without putting water in it, obviously, just to make sure that everything is like 100% first. So I think if we go for food, come back, get that started, we'll probably finish that video here with the car running, knowing that we're a little bit more hopeful for actually making media day. And then tonight and tomorrow and media day will be the next video. But we're gonna go from there, see how it goes. It's been a long day. We kind of made the best of what we had, I think, to be honest. Like our first plan wouldn't have been the best of what we had, but when I came in this morning, had fresh eyes, it kind of fixed the bottom part, which is where the issue was. Like the top part that you've done is sweet, like that was always good. So yeah, we're gonna go for grub, then come back, do a bit of fluids and all that kind of stuff, and then hopefully get it started up. And once it ticks over, stress will leave a small bit, I hope.
Or start.
Or start.
We don't need attention.
Yeah, but we've nothing even to drive to go right now.
We need different food. I have the problem, we just need the American fucking salad.
So it's very late and we still haven't started this fucking car. We now have brakes, we have a clutch, we have diff oil, and we have gear oil in the car, and we are just going to leave it down and put in engine oil. I just tightened the last fitting, which is on the bottom of the aqua sump. So we run an aqua sump on the cars at home, and it just stables the oil pressure graph a small little bit in the logs. We'll put some fuel in it, and then we'll be starting it hopefully. So It's now 20 past midnight. So hopefully by 1:30 it'll be running, and once it starts running then we might call it a night and then come back here really early in the morning and bring Dara with us because he'll be well rested by then hopefully. So, and we can't have Lloyd too tired or else this will go to this. He's already making a mess. No pressure now, the camera's on. Wee-hee.
Make sure there's no leak on the floor.
It's coming out the block.
No, you did put the sump on, Sam.
The sump is on. The sump is the new thing that you got for the bottom of the engine.
Uh-huh.
You know the big shiny thing underneath it?
That's the sump.
No way.
Yeah, and you fitted that.
It's called oil pen.
It's called
Not
a sump. Like this. Sump.
Yeah.
Me and you have big sumps.
You know how Brandon, the tall guy, has like tall guys or something? Rebecca was like, you should name your group Thick Boys.
And see, I can be thick like this and you can be thick up here.
Yeah.
Car is about to fire up for the first time. We have everything connected up. We have oil pressure, we have no leaks. We have a clutch, that's working fine. We have fuel, we had a fuel leak, we fixed that. It actually wasn't anything to do with the fittings or anything. It was actually one of the injector seals for some reason, just after like shrinking, I guess, because it just had no pressure. But that's done now. Fuel pressure is set. I think he's just checking the gear selector now. And yeah, we're kind of ready to start. So big moment. It's I kind of shit myself to be honest, but yeah, it's exciting. So we will see what happens here now in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Hopefully nothing fucking bad. She working light?
Yeah.
Do you want to do TPS?
Just we'll set the gears so we can't accidentally start from gear. Just rotate the wheel again. First rotate the gear.
This bitch is leaking a lot of fuel.
It's not.
Rotate.
Rotate. The yellow one here. Sam. You want a bar?
No, it's no good.
There's rocket full of Are you moving the throttle at all now?
Just trying to half open it as well, but
Okay. Because we don't know where we are with fuel, if we've got enough or not enough or anything.
right.
Need fuel. Need more fuel?
I don't know. Don't know if the base time is right either. We're just guessing shit here.
Do you want to put it on?
Wait, does it sound quiet?
Hmm?
Doesn't sound quiet.
No.
It's quieter than
No.
his car.
Huh?
It's
The
quieter
same.
than his car.
I don't know.
It's the same. Maybe this one a little louder.
She has the same kind of bark to the right though. So we had the first start and ticked over fairly good. Obviously we've got no throttle cable on it at the moment, so I was just controlling the throttle. But still sounds fairly fucking mint there now, to be honest. Just for the first start, super smooth, really nice. So we got a thumbs up from Lloyd as well. So obviously everything on the ECU Master stuff is looking as it should. But yeah, that's a massive milestone. The engine is done and complete. We've had no leaks. Everything is working as it needs to as of now. So I'm gonna take that as a massive success, like 100%. For like in most cases, this is a rush job to many people, and for it to be that smooth on first start and making sure that everything's good, it's very, very cool. Very, very cool. So yeah, now that we've got this far, I think we can put in water, bleed the water, get up to temperature, start bedding in the engine a bit, and yeah, it's good. It's good. So on that note, we are going to close this video here. We have a running engine, and hopefully that's a good sign that we can get this thing done. It's 1:45. We need to have this car in the trailer in 12 hours time to meet tech, basically. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
It happened last year, the same thing too.
Yeah, but I think we're a bit more prepared this year, to be honest, because
which is really weird.
yeah, it's weird. It's strange. Gonna close the video here. Hopefully there was a bit of an insight. Obviously we're not recording like everything as much as I would like to, but we've just been such hands on deck trying to get everything sorted. It's been just hectic. So yeah, it is what it is. At least there's some sort of behind the scenes and you get to see what's going on. But this has heat, which is fantastic. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for following on the journey. That's it for the video. All done. Part 3, this thing should be on the dyno and maybe skidding, which would be big thumbs up. Big thumbs up. So yeah, good night. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you on the next one, where hopefully this is making lots of limiter noises. Bye. My fucking one's ears though, lad.